What's going on, everyone? Here's Rod from Brazil, and today I want to share with you this video, and it's everything you need to know to overcome rejection once for all. So I want to make sure that you get the most value of this video. I'm going to deliver here a lot of massive value, massive content. I'll do my best to make as short as possible, delivering the most you can get from this experience. So stick with me until the end of this video. Sounds fair? Awesome, fantastic. And I want to share as well that it's really important for me because most of my life I had to deal with rejection feeling. I know it really sucks when it happens. And I did feel like hurt physically on my chest here. I could feel a lot of pain. So you're not alone on that. I can relate it to this topic. And I'm gonna tell you in a few moments, a few seconds, we're going to start to go to the topic here is what I believe is the reason why you feel this, you have this experience of feeling rejected, and what can you do about it. So we know it for long, okay. Hey, let's go to the topic, okay? Okay, he just go to the topic. So here's the thing. Why you feel rejected by others. First reason I would say is the story you tell yourself. And how this works is something between those lines. You have experience, and when you're having this experience, you have a reading about the experience, you have filters. So the perception you have is negative one. Otherwise, you would feel rejected by the end of the experience, right? So someone, they move the body in a certain way, and the reading of the body language is they don't like you, whatever. You're gonna come up with a bad story and you attach a negative meaning. So you're talking to the person, they move their lip in a certain way, and you feel like suspicious. Why they did that? That means like they don't like me. So that means that I'm not good enough. Whatever it is, the rating is not good. You create a story that is negative one, and you react to this story and you attach a negative meaning. So it can be in a romantic way. You feel attraction for this girl or this guy, and you approach the person and you want to invite them to go out on a hot date with you. You're gonna ask for the number, and they look at you in a certain way, and you do the rating like, oh, they didn't like my shape, they didn't like my hair, I'm not tall enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not rich enough. You create a story based on the reading, and you're gonna attach a negative meaning. Usually, you can change the words, but the meaning behind is you're not good enough, and then rejection will come up, in you. And I know it really sucks when it happens, but most of the time it's going to be something like that. Okay. So the negative story you tell yourself and the negative meaning that are attached to it. That's, I would say, is the first reason why you feel rejected, why you have this kind of experience. Makes sense so far? Awesome. So what's the second reason? You got hurt. At some point of your life, you got hurt, and you're carrying this experience with you, a lot. So the problem with that, because you got this deep wound and you're so afraid of might happen again, happened once, hurts like a hell, and I don't want to live this experience again. So the idea of being possible getting hurt again trigger in you, this fear of rejection, and uh, start like how can I say, reacting to the idea, not to the reality. And I was talking to a guy here in Brazil. I believe he has like 30 years. He is 30 years old, no more than that. And at some point of his life, he got hurt, and was so deep. The wound was so deep for him that the idea of people doing this again, was freaking him out. And to prevent get hurt again, he was being the one doing the first move. So he was hurting people in order to not get hurt. What's the problem with that? He lost jobs, not one, more than one job. He lost friends. He lost like a romantic relationship, more than once. He was losing a lot of things in order to prevent himself to get hurt. he was hurting others in advance, and he didn't even like realize it. He was becoming the kind of person he was so afraid of. So that's really not good strategy. Like you have this bad past experience, and you bring in this every interaction. So think about that. Maybe you got hurt, and I understand we don't like the possibility of getting hurt again. And we can learn from this and be wiser. Usually, if you're just reacting to the idea, the outcome is not going to be good, not going to play in a favor. And the last reason I would say is you're needy. I know maybe feel uncomfortable, like listening to someone else that you don't know you, telling you that. But let's be honest here, okay? You have this neediness in you, and you try to get something from someone. Every interaction you have is because you're trying to get something from others. Can be like about a date. You want to get validation from the person. So if you invite them to go out and you kiss them, if you invite them to go out and you have sex with them, so that means that you're a good person. You're worth something. So if they're having sex with you, that means you're a good person. You have some value. You get the validation. If they say no to you, it's because you're worthless. Nobody loves you. You're not important enough. So you create this situation because you have this need for validation, you have this need for affection, and you try to get from others, and they have the power to deny. Also, this can happen in the professional area, I would say, in the sense of I want to get money from this client. I want this client to buy my product. I want this client to buy my service. So if they buy from me, that means that I'm good about what I do. If they don't buy from me, that means I'm not good enough. So you have this need, and you expect people to fulfill your needs. You know what I mean? So that's I would say is another reason. One thing that I was thinking about it, and I can add here, I wouldn't say specifically that's one reason, but you can connect with this with everything else that I share so far is low self-esteem. If you don't appreciate yourself, if you don't accept yourself, it's more likely that you feel rejected by others because you have a bias to that. You're the one first that don't accept yourself. You're the one first that reject yourself. So this is gonna make you feel like needy. Probably you got hurt at some point, and that's why you don't treat yourself as you deserve, and you're looking for external like validation, and that's why you're creating a lot of bad stories. So I would say this low self-esteem is connected with any situation that I share here. Okay, and how can you manage that? How can you fix those things? About the bad story, I would say like you're creating the bad story. You're not really dealing with the reality here. So if you're going to create a story, at least create one story that is going to support you, is going to help you, it's going to make life easier, better for yourself. Anyway, I say, hey, Rod, but it's not really a true story, so who cares? Even the bad one is not really true story. It's just a story that you're creating because it's going to make some sense for you in your mind. One situation that I can share here with you is a few years ago, well, more years ago than I think, I was living with my parents, and I just got back home. When I opened the door, as soon as I opened the door, my mom was there sitting on the table, and she was looking at me. And the first few words that came out from her mouth was like, "Hey, Rod, you're fat. You need to take care of yourself. You need to do some exercise." Things, something around this. And the first impression was, I got hurt. Wow, I just got back home. She could say something nice. Hey, I was missing you. Oh, I'm happy you're back. Whatever. Not even like a warm welcome first. Was really to that point, like, hey, you're fat, you need to do some exercise, you need to take care of yourself. And my first impression wasn't good. Then I just realized, you know what? She's my mom. And usually, I know it might not apply for everyone. Usually, we can see like moms, they love their kids, right? That's the natural thing most of the time. And well, my mom, she loves me. She cares about me. And I was like overweight, not a lot, but I got some extra pounds. And she was correct about that. And I thought, she cares about me. And she's not wrong. I have some extra weight here, that I could lose. I could improve my shape. So when I starting like changing the story, like my mom, she loves me, she cares about me, and she's not wrong. She has a reason to share this with me. I started like improving my emotional, straight away. I could feel better straight away because I changed the perspective from a place like accusation, a place of she doesn't love me, she doesn't care, she's really harsh on me and stuff. I changed from a place of love and care. And even the delivery, I would say, wasn't the best. I was thinking like, what's the intention behind? Well, can I guarantee that what she has in her heart back in the time, that's what she meant? No, I don't know. I don't read minds. I couldn't like check her heart and her intentions. That's the story that I came up with that I believe would support me. Believe that my moms love me, believing that my mom care about me, was the best for me at the moment. So, yeah, it does work if you do it. Just create a story that's going to help you and support you. Create a good one with a good meaning. Do it on purpose. The same way you're creating those bad stories, you can create a good one. The second reason, as I say, like you got hurt. And I know it sucks sometimes. The clients, they're not going to be respectful to you. The person you have like a romantic connection, they not give you the respect, love, affection. Did you expect them to give you? Maybe they're gonna treat you really, really bad. And I know it's not good. It's gonna hurt. But there is one thing you can do. You can work on yourself to not care this another day with you. You know what I mean? And if you have like this spiritual practice, you can forgive them or find a professional person that can support you, a shrink, a psychologist, therapist, whatever. Find someone who's qualified enough to help you to overcome this, to make this like how can I say, give a different meaning for this experience. So you can let go this feeling because as long as you carry this with you, this is gonna affect every interaction that you can connect with, in a romantic environment or professional environment, your social life, whatever you can connect is gonna be affected by this. So don't bring this another date into your life. Let it go. Get your wound like a healed. Treat this. Don't bring this another day with you. Okay. And the last situation is the needness. If every time you're going to interact with someone and you come across as need is creepy, and think about that. It's not that the person they don't like you. The fact is they don't know you because when you come across as needy, you're gonna bring this vibe. It's really negative. It's like try to suck the energy, the life from others. It's really uncomfortable. You're gonna make the interaction really uncomfortable. And because of this environment you're creating, they're gonna react to that. They don't know you because you came across as really like needy person. And a story that can relate to that was a long time ago. I was talking to this guy. We are mates, not really close friends, I would say. We knew each other back in the time. And he came to me and said, "Hey, Rod, I'm gonna go out on a date with this chick. Can I borrow your car? I would like to drive her and have fun with her." And I say, "No, this is not gonna happen. Yeah, I will not share my car with you." Of course, he didn't like it, but I didn't care. Like I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't trust him that much. It was really weird. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. You will not have my car. And he asked me just for a day. You know. And then a few days later, I was talking to another guy. Him and I used to go to the same university. Back in the time, I was studying law, and he as well. And I got to know from him that he couldn't drive his car for a week. I don't remember the details, what happened to his car, but he need to wait for like a week or so to get his car back. And he never asked me to borrow my car. And then I just realized, you know what? I live like closer to the university that he lives. I can go by walk. I can go by uh, Uber. I could go by bus. There are so many ways that are easier for me than him, you know. And he didn't need a car. The thing is, he didn't need my car, specifically. Any car would help him. So I felt like, you know what? I can share my car with him if you want it. So I told him, "Hey, man, I know you don't have a car for a week or so. You want to drive my car? I'm okay with that. As soon as you get yours, you give my back. I trust you. So how do you feel?" Because he never asked for my car, even though he needed a car. I felt that there was space to approach him and offer him. And that's the thing here. If you approach someone and try to get something from them, they can feel that. And well, for once, or you're gonna push people away because of this needy, creepy vibe you bring into the interaction, or you're gonna find someone that is also needy, you know. So it's gonna be like a one trying to suck from another. It's really not healthy interaction, to be honest. So it's not good to do. What I mean by that, how can you fix this situation about the neediness? Give to yourself what you're looking to get from others. If this is the romantic environment, I want to get validation. I want to feel good about myself. So I go out and kiss a lot of hot girls. So I know that I have a value. I'm worthy, worthy of something. Because the girls that are kissing me, they're going out with me. So that's why I know that I can be good enough. So what they are really giving to you, what's the validation? They are making you feel good enough. So how can you give this to yourself without them? They make you feel special. Okay, how can you make yourself feel special? How do you know you're a special person? If you can fill your tank, your love tank, you don't need any girl to give anything. So if they say no to you, you have nothing to lose because you never need them. And if one gal say no to you, how many girls there are out there? They're gonna be happy to go out with a person like yourself. So you don't feel attached to a specific person. There is a plenty of people out there. They're gonna be happy to go out with you, to connect with you, to have fun with you. So you don't need that person specifically. Does that make sense? So what do you want? I want to feel good about myself. Awesome. So what can you do for yourself to make you feel good? Don't give the power to others to decide if you're beautiful enough, handsome enough, intelligent enough, good enough. You treat yourself with the giving to yourself what you expect to get from others. Does that make sense? Awesome. There is a book really good, Five Love Languages, and you can read and figure out which the love language you have and find ways to fulfill your love tank. That's a great experience you can give to yourself. In a professional matter, I would say, yeah, any business needs clients. That's the really basic. The thing is, you don't need the client in front of you. If this client say no to you, you might find another one. He's going to be happy to have your service or product. So you don't need to be, tricky, shady, learning a lot of techniques to reach the client's pocket, get a lot of money and be dishonest with yourself, hurt your values. You can be honest and deliver a good service, deliver a good product to the person without the neediness. I need this client, I need your money. So, yep, I'm happy to serve you. I'm happy to offer this to you. And if we are a good match, it's going to be awesome. If not, we're going to the next, and find someone else. So if the money is a problem for you, find ways you can create money, service and products you can create to serve other people. So you don't put yourself in this needy state. Find something you can do. They're going to provide you the money you need. Does that make sense so far? And about the self-esteem, as I told you, is really related to every situation. But what can you do is uh, show your respect for yourself, set boundaries, appreciate what you have, the qualities. A lot of people they compare with to others is also is not a good thing to do. So work on yourself, your self confidence, because it's really related. When you start working on self confidence, you're gonna affect your self esteem. When you start working on self esteem, it's gonna affect your self confidence. They're not the same, but you can use one to affect the other. You feel that's easier this way. As a promise, if you practice the things that I just shared with you right now, you're gonna overcome rejection. That's guaranteed because you change the way you have the perception, the stories you're creating. You're gonna create better stories. It's gonna be always a good experience for you. You can grow and learn from that. If you heal the wound, there is nothing there to affect the new experience. You're gonna come as this blank page. It's gonna be awesome. And even if might happen to get hurt, you can treat this really quickly and be fresh and new for a new experience. You don't have to carry the wound with you. Yeah, you might get some scares. It's part of the game. When you interact with others, they might will hurt you, but that's telling you about them. It's not about yourself. So, yeah, you might get hurt, get some scratch when you talk to people. That doesn't make you a bad person. Just is about them. And the last thing, as I told you about the neediness, get alive. Give to yourself what you expect from others. So you don't put yourself in a situation that they have the power, so you feel like this needy, creepy, and feel like rejected by them. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is my gift to you. I know that sometimes doing things by yourself can be really challenge here, and you might need someone to keep you accountable, to support you through this journey. You might want to take a few steps by yourself and maybe get on a point that you believe is going to help you to go through this journey in a, how can I say, faster. You don't have to take too long by yourself, or you want to share what you're doing with someone else that you can help you and guide through the steps and give you more techniques, knowledge, and support. And if you're looking for this kind of person, I'm going to be happy to support you in your journey. So reach me out. I'm going to share my email here and also the contact information. And you can be in touch with me and share your experience. I'm going to be happy to support in your journey. That's it for today. Love and hugs for Brazil. See you next time. Bye-bye.